All right, we back again. Another Bay Luda Barber segment on cutting this thing down to a fade. See what I'm doing? I got the comb. I keep that thing going. Comb, make sure there ain't no cowlick in there. Actually, he has a cowlick in the front. If I never combed it, I would never know. All right, we starting off with our fading clippers. Reason why we want to do this fade quick. We don't want to be in there trying to get the ball line out for 15 minutes. Even though I'm pretty seasoned, I can do that. But this is for barbers that's trying to get an easy, clean fade. I didn't go in with the ball clippers. I'm already fading right now. Already fading. You see what I'm saying? I started off with the clippers that adjust, and I'm already halfway through the blend. Simple as that. That's a good way for these new barbers and even seasoned barbers to kind of get to a fade pretty quick and be precise with it. There I go with the grain. I go down and I go up. Keep the comb in my hand. Adjust my lever on my clippers. Make sure that fade. I'm flicking. I'm working that line out. Working that line out. It's not even hard. I'm telling you because of how I started with the taper clippers. I didn't go in with the bald clippers. But when I start knocking that line out and I get ready to bald, I go in with a pair of T-liner clippers, but they're not as sharp. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. I did it with two pair of clippers. Actually, my sharp clippers has my new blades on there, and I like the kind of when I work with some new T-liners, sometimes they'll leave a mark on a client's head if they're not worked in. Sometimes they have residue on there, metal residue. I kind of like to I want to say dull my clippers out by cutting a fade, but I will get through about 5 to 6 fades like I'm doing now. Them are the clippers I'm talking about. Brand new blades. I get through like 5 fades, by balding them out before I really start working that line with them clippers. Because new clippers seem to leave a line, I don't know. I just rather do that before I start lining clients up. All right. I'm working that line out with my zero gap Andes. I have zero gap these Andes just for getting that line out. Now you'll see me working with 3 different clippers on this fade. And each clipper does something different. Plus I'm not sponsored by anybody, so I can use as many clippers as I want, and I'm gonna continue to do that till one of y'all guys call me up, and then I'll forget it. Go back to that fade. Listen, I switched from the comb to a brush. I like to get the hair out the way. Worst thing to be cutting somebody's hair that got a lot of grease on it. That brush, man, oh man, it'll work you to death. But we're not talking about that. We're going back to the fade. I'm fading with these clippers. I got a half a guard on there. I'm brushing every time you see me stroke with them clippers. I come back and brush. Look, clippers, brush, clippers, brush. You have to see what you're working with. And one thing you don't notice I'm doing, because you don't see me, I'm using the mirror. That mirror is your best friend when cutting hair. Now, use that half a guard. I'm working that line out. It might look, I don't know, because the video is speeded up, so I don't know if it look hard or not. But it's not hard because of the way I started. I didn't have to work too hard to get that line out because I didn't start with a ball line. Don't get me wrong, I can do it that way, but I'm trying to show you an easier way to do it. So back to working that line out, brush, comb, well, no comb, brush, fade. See, I'm going sideways. I'm going the way the grain is, with the opposite way of the grain to get that fade in there. Fade. I modify all my clippers. Try to zero gap as much as I can. Yep. See, I'm lining it up. You notice I'm pulling the skin. Don't be scared to pull the skin. I know COVID's out there. Just don't touch your face. Wash your hands. Sanitize your hands. The best way to do that is to do both. You know, to do both. Don't be scared to be touching clients, but also don't touch yourself. Now, if you're a little reckless with this COVID stuff, hey, do what you do, but make sure you wash your hands and sanitize your hands after each client. That's just a must. It's dangerous out here as a barber. Fade, 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 comb, 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 line, line, line. Working from the front of his line. Look, gripping the skin. You see what I'm doing? Sometimes I don't go up under his skin with like the sharpest T liner. A lot of barbers got their sharp, sharp T liners, then they got their okay T liners. All right. Now that's my razor. I love that work. Always lean them back. Grip that skin. Again, make sure you sanitize. COVID out here. Yes, sir. Put that line on it. You're going to see me put my little gel on there and my grease, and I'm going to style it. Put my little blow dry on there. Get it to a desired style, and go back and touch it up. Real quick. Fade, fade, comb, comb, comb. See what I'm doing? That blow dryer works, man. Get your blow dryer. Especially when you blow drying a beard, trying to blow it out. Best thing in the world. Clean that line up. Boom, boom, boom. Listen, you have been touched by Bay Luda Barber.